Hello friends at home. In this video, I will be going over today's math lesson with you. Here in the classroom, the children are finishing up their morning snack, and while they do, they are also tuning in to this lesson so that they know what they're supposed to do in their math today. So in this, today's lesson, we're on page 29, and it is lesson 1.7. And it is called problem solving. Here's why, Mateo. In this chapter so far, we have talked about a lot of different addition strategies. We've talked about using a 10 frame to add. We've talked about using cubes to add. We've talked about using a number line to add. You've learned many different ways to bring numbers together. Addend plus addend equals sum. Part plus part equals whole. Now, in the problem-solving pages, they're going to give you stories or real-life situations that help us to apply what we've learned, take that knowledge that I've given you and apply it to your work. Okay? So on page 29, and friends at home, if you'd like to open your books and follow along, you may. It says here, act it out. Stefan has 6 balloons. So I'm going to circle 6 balloons. It's really important when you're reading these word problems that you keep your information organized. So it's helpful if we always circle the numbers that we're going to be working with. So it says Stefan has 6 balloons. Then it says Owen has 2 more than Stefan. Okay, it doesn't say he has 2. It says he has 2 more than Stefan. So then our question, which I always like to underline, says how many balloons does Owen have? So it says you can act out that problem through a model. Okay, Stefan has 6. We know that. It tells us right here. Stefan has 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cubes right there to represent Stefan's 6. All right. Then it says Owen has 2 more than Stefan. So what they've done here is they took that 6 that Stefan has. Here's the 6 that Stefan has. And then they've added 1, 2 more. You see that? So now we can count Owen's cubes to see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 cubes for Owen. Okay, another way that we could solve that problem would be to act it out by drawing. So here what they did was they took their box and they put it into 2 parts. And they drew Stefan's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They put those in the first box, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then in the second box, they put the 2 more that Owen has. And then when we count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Part, and the whole is 8. So to write that addition equation, we would say 6 balloons plus 2 more balloons equals 8 balloons. So both answers equal 8. Our sum is 8. When we used our cubes, we got 8. And when we drew our pictures, we got 8. Okay? So how many balloons does Owen have? 8. Okay? So now let's turn the page and let's look at the practice problem on page 30. Okay? And it says here, Connor plants 7 plants. So circle that, 7 plants. Lee plants 3 more than Connor. It doesn't say Lee plants 3. It says he plants 3 more than Connor. So how many plants does Lee plant? Okay, let's draw our box here. I'm going to draw my rectangle. Okay, and I'm going to break it into 2 parts. Part, whole. Here's my 2 parts. I know that Connor has 7. So I'm going to draw 7 circles here to show Connor's. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are Connor's 7 plants. Now Lee has that 7, but he also has 1, 2, 3 more. So to find out how many plants Lee has, I need to count up the whole thing. So could you count with me, boys and girls? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Lee has 10 plants. If I wanted to write that as an addition, Blake, if I wanted to write that as an addition sentence, I would say 7 plus 3 more is equal to 10. Thumbs up if you get it. Awesome. Let's look at number 2 where we're learning about Sarah. It says Sarah catches 3 lightning bugs. Circle the 3 lightning bugs. Mary catches 1 more than Sarah. It doesn't say Mary catches 1. It says she catches 1 more than Sarah. So, how many lightning bugs do Sarah and Mary catch in all? Ooh, this one's real tricky now. Look what it's asking us. It doesn't want to know how many Mary catches. It wants to know how many Sarah and Mary catch. So to solve this, the first thing we need to figure out is how many does Mary catch? And then we can add that to how many Sarah catches. Do you follow? All right, I see lots of nodding heads. That tells me you're getting it. Okay, so let's figure out how many Mary has, and then we'll add up Sarah and Mary to find out how many in all. So Sarah has 3. Here's her 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's Sarah. Now this is Mary, and it says Mary has 1 more than Sarah. So Mary has 1, 2, 3, and 1 more than Sarah, right? So these are our parts, boys and girls. We have 3 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Because Sarah catches 3 and Mary catches 1 more than 3, which is 4. So now, Mateo and Victoria, to answer the question, how many lightning bugs do Sarah and Mary catch in all? We count up 1, count with me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 plus 4 equals 7. Sarah and Mary catch 7 lightning bugs in all. Now down here it says, explain how you can act it out to find the number of lightning bugs Sarah and Mary catch in all. When they say act it out, if we wanted to have kids stand up, we could. We're not going to, but we could have 3 friends stand up and then 4 friends stand up, and then we could count how many friends all together. That would be a way to act it out, okay? That's what they mean by that. So we're not going to write anything down for that one. But if you go to the top of the next page, we're now at the top of page 31. This is just another explanation of what we've been doing. There's nothing that we have to write here. So we're going to go right down to the more practice part, okay? Now, it says here that Cooper finds 3 rocks. I think those are rocks. I don't know what else that would be. Does that look like a rock to you guys? Yeah? Okay. So Cooper finds 3 rocks. So go ahead and circle 3 rocks. That's Cooper. Then it says Tucker finds 5 more than Cooper. So he doesn't find 5. He finds 5 more than Cooper. Now let's see what they're asking us to tell them. How many rocks does Tucker find? Okay, so we know that Cooper finds 3 and Tucker finds 5 more than 3. So to figure that out, it says draw a model in the space below. So I can draw Cooper's 3, that's 1, 2, 3. And then Tucker has 5 more than that. So now I can draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I add these 5 to that 3, count with me, friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many does Tucker find? He finds 8 in all. It says explain what you did. Well, I don't need to explain what I did because you just watched what I did. I drew out how many Cooper found and then 5 more than that, and we counted them all together. So if this were a part whole sentence, it would be 3 is the first part plus 5 is the second part equals the whole, which is 8. Remember, these parts, another word for those parts is the addends. It sounds like a silly word, but it's addend. Oops. Okay, those are my addends. And then the total is my sum. So part, whole, or addend, sum. Okay? Awesome. Turn the page. Now we are looking at the top of 32. Okay? All right, it says here that Olivia finds 3 ladybugs in the grass. Circle 3 ladybugs. That's our first part. It says she finds 5 more ladybugs on a tree. How many does Olivia find in all? Okay, so we've got 3 in the grass. Here's 1, 2, 3 in the grass. And 5 in a tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's my tree. Oh, isn't it cute? And here's my grass. Okay, so she found 3 in the grass and 5 in a tree. So it says use pictures or words to act it out. I use my pictures here, and now I'm going to make my part, whole box like this. My first part is this first number. Serafina, what is that first number? 3. So everybody can put a 3 in that first part. My second part is the second number. Johnny, what is that second number? 5. So now I have part, so that would be 3 plus 5. Now let's count them all to get the sum or the whole. Okay? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my whole amount is 8. My 3 plus 5 equals 8. Addend, sum. Part, whole. So Olivia finds 8 ladybugs in all. All right, we're going to do this last one here with Brock's buttons, and then I will have you try to do the next page on your own. So it says Brock has 2 red buttons. Okay? He has 1 blue button, and he has 3 green buttons. Now the question says, how many red and green does Brock have? Now, boys and girls, it wants to know how many red and green. So, do I need to know how many blue buttons he has? No, it doesn't matter for this problem because it doesn't want to know how many blue he has. It's asking me how many red and green. So our parts for this addition equation are going to be the red and the green. So our first part will be 2. That's our first addend. Our second part will be 3. That's our second addend. So I have 2 plus 3. If I were to draw that out in my part, whole chart, I have 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Everyone count with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the whole basket of buttons, he has 5 red and green. So addend plus addend equals sum. Part, whole. Okay? Down here it says explain how you can act it out to show 5 plus 3 equals 8. Use math words, addend, and sum in your answer. I'm not going to make you write that out, but if you want to talk about it, we would say that our addends are 5 and 3. So addend plus addend equals sum. In a way that we could act that out, we could either draw it or we could have friends stand up. We could do our part, whole box like this, where we have 5, 3, and 8 to show the addends are 5 and 3. and the whole thing is 8. Okay? Now, friends, the next page, it says homework at the top. I'm not going to make the friends here take it home. We'll do it right in the classroom. Friends at home, you're already home. Take some time to go through, read the words, circle the numbers, and then figure out what they're asking you and see if you can come up with the answers to those problems on 33 and 34. Okay? I hope that this has been helpful for you. I hope you're starting to see the value of knowing how to add numbers. You're learning those terms, addend and sum, part, whole. And we will continue to work on this throughout the year. So if it's starting to feel like you're getting the hang of it, awesome. If you're still feeling a little bit confused on it, that's okay. We'll keep practicing. And if it's been easy for you all along, that just means you're really good at it. So keep up the good work. We'll see you later, friends at home. Bye. Bye.